Alright guys, how's it going? This is your reteach for your retest for TEK 7.4a, constant and proportionality. And your learning target is that I can use a unit rate to make multiple representations. And so basically what I mean by that is, if I give you something in a verbal, can you create a table from it, and then can you make a graph from it? So we're going to be looking at some examples of that. This is going to be on your Ed puzzle, and you will need to answer these questions before you can move on. So if you got here, great job. Watch the test, answer the questions. If you're getting any questions wrong or you're not sure what you're doing, please contact your teacher before you just take the retest, okay? Don't just take the retest, take the retest. Ask questions, let's get some clarification, and then that way you can ace your retest. All right, so let's go take a look at an example. So it says, a tree in Dante's neighborhood grew 18 inches in the first 2 years after it was planted. If the tree continues to grow at the same rate, which graph best represents the growth rate of the tree in inches per year? Now you notice there's no graph yet on this question. We're going to get to the graphs. Before we get to the graph though, we need to build a table. Remember, we've talked about building tables. That's step one. All right, so step one is to build a table. So let's construct a table for Dante's tree. So when we look at this, we see that we have two types of measurement here. We have inches and we have years. So we need to make sure we know what's the independent and the dependent. A good kind of indicator is anything that's measured in time is always going to be your independent. So I know this is my years. On the right-hand side is my dependent. So the number of inches the tree has grown depends on how long it's been growing. So this is going to be my dependent. So I'm going to put in the table what I know. And I know that in 2 years, it's grown 18 inches. So I'm going to go 2 and 18 in the table. Now I left the space because what I would like you guys to try to figure out is what is it per year, because it's growing at a constant rate. That means every year it's growing the same amount. Well, let's figure out how much it is per year. So take a second and answer the question on the Ed puzzle about the estimation there. All right, so you made an estimate, so let's talk about what it is. How can I figure it out? And so if I want to know the constant rate at what it's changing, right, the constant proportionality or the unit rate, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the number of inches I know, and I'm going to divide it by the number of years. So that tells me that in 1 year it's growing 9 inches. So, or I can say that it's growing 9 inches every year. So I'm going to add some numbers here, and then I'm going to pause the video, and I want you guys to answer the questions to fill in the blanks. So what is it? Would it be in 3 years? What would it be in 10 years? So take a few seconds and look at that. All right, let's see how you did. And so what we've talked about a lot is the pattern. So what is the pattern? Well, I know that 1 times 9 is 9. I see that 2 times 9 is 9. So I'm just going to continue the pattern here. And those are my answers. So in 3 years, the tree should be 27 inches tall. And then in 10 years, it should be 90 inches tall. So let's see how you make sure you did. If you have any questions on how that happened, please let your teacher know. And let's take a look at now what it's asking. Because remember, the question is literally asking us, what is the graph that best represents this relationship? All right, so now here's what we are getting. I want to know which graph is going to represent what we want. So let's go back and recreate our table we did. So we know we had years and we had inches. And we determined that the unit rate was 9. We knew that the problem gave me 2 for 18. We said 3 for 27, and then we jumped all the way to 10 for 90. Remember, these are what we call those perfect points. So if I wrote this as a coordinate pair, remember I would have x value, comma, y value. So in this case, I'm looking for the graph that has a perfect point of 1, 9, 2, 18, and let's say 10 and 90. So if I look at these graphs, and I'm looking, okay, well, which one? Let's look at answer choice F. So here's answer choice F. Here's the x value of 1, and it lines up with a y value of 18. That does not match our table. All right, we know that now we can eliminate this answer choice. So let's go take a look at answer choice G. So x value of 1, y value of 9. So maybe, right? It's a maybe. We got to check all of these to see if anything else lines up with that. If we look here at this answer choice H, well, x value, there is no perfect point on the x. We need the line to at least be crossing 1, so we know that's not the right answer choice. And then let's check the last one. Well, 1 for x, and then 27 for y. 1 and 9 is not an option on that graph, so therefore that is not. And we can check the other ones as well. Right? So we know that, let's see, 3 should line up with 27. It does. And 10 should line up with 90. It does. Therefore, G is my correct answer. All right, so make sure you guys take a look at that. If you have any questions, make sure that you guys get to your teacher with those questions before you take the retest. So great job getting here. Make sure you got those answers right. If you got any answers wrong and they're confused on why they're wrong, again, please ask for clarification. Don't just take a test to take a test. Okay. All right, guys. Good luck on your retest. Let us know if you need help. Have a great day.